Welcome to SandCity Sports. I'm your host, the Cape Cod Kid, artist formerly known as Andre King. We're happy to be with you today for this inaugural episode of our show, and we're going to be bringing you all the sports and current events news stories that you need to know. Let's get it started. We're going to start in the NBA today, and we're going to cut right to the chase. The Boston Celtics will be winning the NBA championship this year, and not only that, they will also be winning 70 games. Celtics are taking home the O'Brien Trophy this year. Celtics are winning 70-plus games. Starting out with that, 1 and 2, non-negotiable. The reason the Boston Celtics are winning the NBA championship are threefold. They have the best players, they have the best coaches, and they have the best executives. For those three reasons, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to hop on that red eye, cruise all the way back across the continent to be a little bit closer to where we are, here on this sunny peninsula of Cape Cod. The best team in the NBA plays in Boston. Now I already know what you're going to say. Golden State Warriors, 2 MVPs, 4, 5 All-Stars, this alleged death lineup that we've been hearing so much about, have to be the best team in the association, particularly after they acquired MVP candidate DeMarcus Boogie Cousins. You can take all that to the bank and cash it in for Bubkiss. The Golden State Warriors are an empire in decline. The Boston Celtics lineup of Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, and Al Horford not only matches Golden State's firepower in terms of all-stars and future all-stars and flat-out athleticism. The Boston Celtics have the best starting five and bench, if you want to include Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart, Marcus Morris, Aaron Baines. But ladies and gentlemen, it's not just about having the best players. It's about having the most motivated players. And with the catastrophic injuries that the Boston Celtics suffered during all points of last NBA season, the Boston Celtics will be the most motivated team, along with being the most talented in the association. Next up, we're going to kick it over to the NFL. Not necessarily my strong suit, but I have sources. The power rankings are out, and apparently the teams that met in last year's Super Bowl are the favorites to meet back up this year. But if you ask me, 2 teams that have either talked a lot of yak and haven't done really much on the playing field, and another team with injuries, retirement, and internal squabbles, I don't necessarily think that these 2 teams are the odds-on favorite to be bringing home the bacon next winter. We're going to kick it over to college football. First off, Alabama decimated whoever it was that they played. The biggest fireworks from this game was Nick Saban being his regular truculent self and effectively shutting down a post-game interview for valid and reasonable questions that everybody is focused on the Alabama program because of. Notre Dame got the best of Michigan in a battle of Midwest powers, 24-17. Another notable game. We're talking about a game here with 2 programs powered by some of the most respected and high-powered coaches in America, in which one program took a giant leap into their season, and another program with some challenges took a notable step back. With some large and looming questions going into next week and the rest of their season. I myself am a John Harbaugh fan. It's always interesting how these guru coaches that have had success across the board are able to interact through the years with new generations, new players, and different styles of the game. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look at the Field of Dreams, the high school arena. We're here on the Cape. We're fortunate to have two defending state champion football teams returning to action this week. We have the Mashpee Falcons, led by Division I prospect Devon Ford, matching up against the Nantucket Whalers this Friday. Going into this game, Mashpee has the second longest win streak at 20 games in the Commonwealth, and is looking to achieve a feat that will certainly give them national recognition, and that being winning a fourth straight Massachusetts state championship. This Friday, Mashpee Falcons opening up against the Nantucket Whalers. And in another game of defending state champions, the DY Dolphins, whose win streak of 16 games is top 5 in the Commonwealth, will be matching up against the Barnstable Red Raiders, my alma mater, in certainly a rivalry game, or what's become a rivalry game through the years, even though the teams are in different divisions, playing different conferences. This has become the equivalent, on the high school level, of your Michigan, Notre Dame's, or your Florida State, Georgia Tech's. Just a marquee first game matchup with two teams that have won and been to Super Bowls in the last 4 or 5 years. DY is led by a host of seniors, chief among them Darian Thompson, who will be playing at the next level, either at the Division II or Division I level. And this game also has some notable coaches. Dr. Paul Funk from DY, of course, led his team to a championship last year. But also Ross Jacola, new coach for the Barnstable Red Raiders, returning to the Cape after being a coach at Cheshire College, a prep school that produces Division I prospects year in and year out. So two notable matchups with 4 teams that have had success in recent years, 2 of them at the highest level, but kicking off a new season of high school sports and Friday Night Lights, something that we're looking forward to here in Tourstown. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for our inaugural episode of SandCity Sports. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you feel so inclined, you can go ahead and hit the like button. Certainly leave any and all comments. We definitely appreciate hearing from you in different ways that we can make the show better. And if you really like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We're looking forward to bringing you, once again, all of the sports and current events news stories that you need to know and that are important and that get to that core that we all experience and feel as fans and aficionados of athletics and our individual communities and overall society. Thanks again for tuning in. This is the Cape Cod Kid, artist formerly known as Andre King, coming to you live with SandCity Sports. We'll see you next time.
Yes, a piece of souls do sedate ourselves. Just a number of this pain we feel. Yes, at times we do hate ourselves, but each day we try to retake ourselves. So yes, a piece of souls do sedate ourselves. Just a number of this pain we feel. Yes, at times we do hate ourselves, but each day we try to embrace ourselves. Yeah.